Alright, welcome back to Super Sentai Review, episode 531. We're here reviewing episodes 38 to 40 of Lupinranger vs. Patranger. Yeah, kind of interesting ones, these ones. So, I've been doing a little research exactly where the heck some of these objects came from. When I popped on 38, I kind of thought this came from Go Busters for the Lupin collection. Turns out this came from a completely different series that I thought it would. So, oh, by the way, so the whole thing with 38 is that it's all over retrieving an object from outer space, and it turns out it's like for close to Earth as they seem. It's basically a big plane. It also becomes a new mech for them. And also the fact they have like these two shrimp friends, and one gets frozen, though he gets unfrozen next episode by the ice hitman that the villains have. Oh, when they retrieve his object inside, it is actually a mini steering wheel, because the whole thing is about controlling vehicles. And it turns out this actually is the steering wheel suitcasing from Patranger. Yep. Just repainted. I'm like, that's interesting. I keep saying if they ever adapt this for Power Rangers, you could probably say that, well, because a lot of the stuff basically seen in the show are basically from different shows, you can say that these were objects that were basically just Power Rangers relics that were found by Andros Lupin, because the whole thing is all about being thieves. And say these something he kept over the years. He just found these things someplace. These like older, or he probably picked these up from an older dimension where these Rangers probably existed, and he just basically had them. And it just looked the reason they look the way they do, despite the fact it's obviously a morphing device for a lot of these ones. You can say that he picked these up from another dimension, and he just basically picked up a whole lot of these things. And the villain just happened to have these things. So this was a really cool episode. Also got a chance to see a new mode here in this one. Basically, debut of Super Lupin X. Yep. The next episode, we get debut of the Super mode for Red. Now, in the case of the object seen in the next two episodes, so I kind of looked this up because basically it looks like a mini harpoon. And it turns out this actually is from Zyuohger, where it's the harpoon from the Cube Whale Zord. Yes. And the whole thing with the plot of 39, where the whole thing with this one, I know about it's. Well, the whole thing with I know with 40 basically, it's all about worrying. It's about being warrior words. In these episodes in particular, the Panther Rangers don't really do a lot of anything in these three episodes at all. It's mostly focused on the Lupin Rangers. So you probably think like, okay, oh, and the ship gets uncovered, and they have the first Ranger fight with, of course, well, Zemega. They fight him, and of course we debut Super Lupin Red, and that was a big thing this episode. And Noel finding out about Zemega, who just, I don't think he pops up in 40. I don't think he pops up in 40. I remember. I don't think so. No. In 40, however, all being a warrior word per se, and oh, and they had this one object they retrieved from a previous episode, where it's basically kind of like a hairband. It turns out this thing that looks like 5 Rangers, which this is not from Jetman per se. It looks like Jetman, but it's not. It's a sports emblem meant to resemble the flying formation of the Jetman, which I thought that was really cool. The fact they did that. Yep. And you probably think like, oh, what about episode 40? Oh, come on, seriously. able to work. So for episode 40, let's see if I can find it here. Well, the drive thing, I know. Okay, so smoking the water. That's the harpoon they retrieve. So, 39 is actually the brooch. That's actually a representation of Jetman. I thought it was interesting how they used. Now, in the case of Zooja, they've only used technically like 2 objects from Zooja so far. Mostly they use the cube they have, and they use this harpoon. That's it. So, of the objects seen throughout this show here. So, okay. Alright, so, if I can find it here. Okay, so, now, the first one I used yesterday again. The clock thing they use also in the open title sequence, that apparently resembles the upper half of Battlefield Robo. Yes, seriously. The cube is from like episode. The rolling cube is basically the link cube from Zooja. Turn Me On. It is. Well. Yeah, that's Link Cube. So this lighter. So the Turn Me On one is. It resembles basically Shishi Origami from Emblem Form from Shurikenger. Get Big is Go-Go 5's Laser Grip. Yeah. And that's one thing interesting about, like, they have these things. So, at this point, there's like roughly 11 more episodes left to go. Oh, and the whole thing of the Warworth thing, it's basically making, and the whole thing of the worm, he gets basically Kari keeps skipping work. It turns out he skipped work because he's taking care of a puppy, which apparently is going to hand over to an owner of a restaurant to be his dog. Interesting. I was right. There's a million voices. It's let's see, million voices. Let's see. What can I find here? Okay, that's. I was looking at something else here. So yeah, the objects we have here is this is the steering wheel from Bokenger. This is a representation of Jetman, but it just sports up. It's not an object from the show. And this is Zooja. Yep. So let's see if we can get to start here. So this is from Battlefield J. This one here is from Zooja. This apparently is Origami from Shuriken, this lighter. They haven't shown that gun yet. This particular object here, let's see. Some of these ones I have a pretty good idea. Like this one, obviously the Chronomorpher from Time Ranger, the wheel thing from O Ranger. Like some of these ones now, like there's a pretty good idea where these things came from. So we have Get Big, which is a laser grip, like I mentioned from Go-Go 5. Who Made 2 is, I was right, it's basically Algar the Conqueror. Yep. Going to Dress You, it's basically the Pink Rabbit from Go-Go V. Jumping Like Lightning is the Prison Boots from Flashman. All Your Love is Madshine's Lamp. Heal the World is the Shogun Blade from Go Busters. Yes. Eternal Storm, it's emanate basically the Chargers from Kyroger. And they also have the Hyper Source Crystals from Il Bazooka from O-Ranger as well. Roller Beethoven is the Wheel from Go-Ranger. Of course, nobody that one. Kakarangers got several of them. First, the Shinobi Scrolls, and then they actually have the Morpher they had the year too. So Small World is a Ninjanger one, it's a Shuriken from them. Far Away is Magi Sling is a slingshot from Magi Ranger. Great Balls of Fire is the Vulcan Ball from Sun Vulcan. Long 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 is Red Mask Misky Blade from Assman. Stroke of Luck is Car Navak in Calm Mode from Car Ranger. Right Like the Wind Rippers is Geki Fan from Geki Ranger. Endor Machine is basically the Tyranno Brace from Bioman. Yep, that's basically what that represents there. Just obviously repainted. Smoke in Your Eyes is one of the Zords from Die Ranger in toy form. Turn of Stone is Five Blue's Twin Arrow. Purple Rain is, well, it's a Gosei Blaster with a shark header from Gosager. The Heat Is There is a Densi Ring, though it's a big one. Escape is basically Tokyo 6's Yana Breaker. Doctor is the Twin Brace from Liveman. Little Bubbles is a 3-image Earth 4 symbol of Change Mermaid from Changeman. Life is Like a Flyer is from Gingaman. It's basically the blade from it's used from Giga Pink. Welcome to the Jungle is basically the Ginga Brace from Gingaman. Waiting Star to Fall is from Q Ranger. It's their transformation device. Shout to the Top is Hurricane Blue's megaphone from that show. Control is from Dragon Ranger's Zaguskin. Basically, I think it's basically his harmonica. Control. Let's see. Control. Let's see if we can find it here. Yep, I was right. Yeah, that's the flute used by the Dragon Ranger. Mm-hmm. But as for the rest of the ones we're here so far, well, let's see if I can get them here. Let's see. Okay, so the from Gal Ranger, the Shark Cutters, just repainted purple. Memory is basically the camera from Go Busters. Life in Pink is Dynapink's Rose Saber. With Dino Brace, / Take It On is basically Dino Brace with Tyrannosaurus, apparently. Upside Down is SPD License from Deca Ranger. Yeah, Bad Boys is from Gokaiger. It's basically their mobile phone. Wake Up Call is basically the Morpher from Shurikenger. They also have the Call Me is basically the Morpher from Bokenger. Crossroads, Go-Ranger, Burning Love, Magi Ranger. Stormheader is basically the Morpher from Turbo Ranger. These Walls, it's Tosanda from Gosager. And Great Divide, that's the Door Charger. Wise Man is actually the transmission basically from Mega Ranger, which I mentioned before. I already mentioned that one in the previous episode. So I think we're caught up at this point. Yes, I think we're caught up. So I'll probably discuss more, but I'm still enjoying seeing these objects again. So there's that. So that's pretty much it for the particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. Next up we have is, well, more Lupinranger, Patranger, and then I'm hoping to start my anime after that. Okay, thanks, go. Bye.